of converting a route relation to what's here is public transport version 2. So let's start by removing some ways. So this one is starting here. Central Street. Seems to be starting here. So then we don't need that part. This street we don't need. Up to... Come on. Up to this point. So that part can go. So if this is our first stop, then that is our first way, and then we want to move that up. That, and then sort from there down. Save this. And then let's have a look. Yeah, still the first way, that's good. So I'm going to use the add stop position, even though there is already a stop position there. I'm going to click it on that node. The way is split and only the relevant part is kept in the route relation. Okay, so that's good. We were lucky because this part stayed. If it wouldn't have, if this would have been that other part, then we would have had to refresh the relation. Here is Central Street. That's a stop that we're interested in. Okay, so now we have this way. Here is the first gap, so let's see what we get. This is good. All that, yeah, and then it would go like that. So all that we need to check is that at this point, come on. At this point, yeah, so that's good. So then we go find this spot. Here, what actually happens is that we need to go back. So we need to use the same street twice. And then what we don't need, so we're going to switch on the edge selection mode. So this part here, we don't need it. So we take it out. Then we sort again. We sort again, doesn't work. Okay, then. Oh, these are there. Actually, we do need those. Sorry. So this needs to be flipped. Then probably, and that's okay, that's fine. But what we need here on before this is this way. That's going to be in the relation twice, and in these ways. And we put them here, and we flip them over. Yeah. Good. Since the ways are used twice, they're marked differently here. We go find the next gap. And that's already the end. So we have to go around like that. So this way here, we don't need it. Sort again. Sort again. Yeah. And then we're going to check this. That's strange. I thought I had removed it. Okay, so we're going to check that. We're traveling like this, so indeed that part needs to go. They're traveling like this, so these are the ways that need to go. Mm-hmm. And now here, these are the ways that need to go. So we're going to into edge selection mode again. I select that one, and that one, and that one. And we have 4 ways with 3 clicks. Remove those ways, and then where the gap occurred, almost at the end, I guess, there. Actually, since there are no double ways in there, we can use the sorter to take care of this. There. So we save and we see that these parts go out. Okay, great. And then we look at the sequence of the stops. That looks good. Finsbury Town Hall. I want to replace that one with this. Come on, S. You have to press S because I was still in edge selection mode, and that one will only select ways. Okay. Canal Walk. It's now not some more data, but it's unlikely that it will be mapped as a separate one. Oh, it is. But that's on the opposite side of the street, or isn't it? Oh, no, it's fine. So we're going south here. Okay, so that one instead. And then going to sort the stops. They all get platform. This one, platform exit only. And this one should supposedly have platform entry only then. For the first and the last, that doesn't seem that important to me. Sorting them has the side effect that this one is counted twice. So I have to remove one of them. It would be far better if we would be able to look on the side of the street, but that's not implemented at the moment. So when a street is used twice, then it's going to be added twice. Okay. That's it. Now these two relations are converted. I'm going to see if I try to upload what kind of validator remarks I'm going to get. Takes longer than I expected. The validator is running. It's consuming 100% CPU of one core. Okay, so it finds 7 errors. Because it finds forward and backward rolls in these route relations, and these are marked as version 2. Version 2 never has forward-backward rolls. Now, there are 2 possibilities. If the stops are on the side of the street, then I will convert it. They are mostly. So actually, it's easy to see because most of them are yellow. So this is one that I will convert. If most of them are white, that means that it's actually the stop positions that are in in the route relation, then I'm not going to be the one who's going to do the conversion. So then the version can stay at 2, otherwise I would simply have downgraded it, so to speak. So these are all the ways. I select all of them, I take them out and I put them back in. I'm also going to mark this one as ODBL to do. This tag won't be saved to the uploaded to the server. I'm going to save, and then I'm going to make a copy of this. And then in the copy, I'm going to switch the to and the from. There. And so this one, so that one is the Soradich, and this one is also the Soradich. Oh no, so this became the 2 here, so this is going to be the destination on that one. Okay, so I'm now going to save this one. And then let's have a look at our first road. Okay, that's good. I'm looking for a gap. I don't see any gap. That is strange. Then maybe it was a version 2 after all. Let's see if we have the stops on both sides of the road. No, we have only stops on one side of the road. So actually, creating this new one was not needed. So I can do a find. Come on. Find to do new. So I find a few route relations, and it's the 35 that I'm interested in. This one, I think. Yeah, route 35. That one can, so if I do Control H, it's not already in there, so I can delete it again. That one didn't need to be duplicated. Yes. Okay. So, in that case, I'm interested in this one. What it doesn't have, it cannot know is it is supposedly platform entry only. As I say, that's actually not all that important for the first and the last. It's obvious that you are going to have to get off at the end and get on in the beginning. Seems to me. Make sure I don't grab the phone boot. Actually, it doesn't really matter where I add it, because I'm going to use a sort function. And here I can easily remove it like this. And then download some more data here. So somebody has already mapped them next to the street, but then they were not added to the route relations. Okay. Well, here are several, so that's going to take a bit longer. But probably because I split those ways at the beginning and the end, I find several more route relations that are modified now. And then I need to arrange those as well. London Bridge, never been there. Now I made a virtual visit. This is something that PT Assistant doesn't do. Might be useful to implement it, but actually doesn't need to be done that often. What it can do, if the stops are not there next to the street, then it would be able to help if you select it. And then you do Shift G. Nothing happens. Why not? Control G. I have 3 nodes, right? They're all added here. Something went wrong. I don't know what. There's only one that has Hysteria. Yeah. So I'm going to merge them again. I don't know why they were added on that same location again. Anyway, line 35. Edit. So, yeah. One other thing that I don't really like is that we have tags on that one and on that one. It would be sufficient to have the tags only on that one. But yeah, I'm going to leave that to the local mappers to remove it from those. And all that needs to stay, and that's something that would happen if Control G, Shift G work. You would get a node next to the road, and all that's left is public transport stop position and the mode of transport, and all the rest would these things would go. What's with this local ref? This one has that too. This one also has more details actually. Usually you don't find these nodes. Either you find only the nodes next to the street or you find them on the street as stop positions. Those I would prefer to simply either extract or replace with stop positions that only have the mode of transport. But I'm not going to make those changes now. The reason why I prefer this is because now you can see on which side of the street it is. There. So now I'm going to sort all the stops, which means that they're all getting rolls. Here it's, you have two stops, but you don't know on which side of the street they are. And I prefer to have only one object in the route relations. So there you go. So that's that one. Unfortunately, there are a few more. So let's see. Israelite. But there's only one direction of travel, so this one does not need to be converted. I could look up for, and replace it with all these stops, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do in a version 2 route relation, there are no roles. So what I am going to do is take all these ways, move them, select them on this side, remove them here and add them in again. Okay. If I would use the sort function to sort the stops, which is this one, that would actually have the same effect. The difference would be that, or it could be that the roles are reassigned for these stops, but for these it will, they will stay the same. Okay. Okay, so let's try a new validation step by trying to send to the server. So it goes faster. Currently, I changed another one. Do not auto sort. So this is probably one with stops in both directions as well. Then let's see. No. stops the render only for one direction, so that's good. The thing is, what I cannot do now, so I have to do this in 2 blocks. So I can select all of them, but I have to deselect the, for deletion, I have to deselect them there. Then I can move them back in. And now I can select again. But now I have to make sure that, yeah. So I select all of them on that side, okay. And I have to make sure that, yeah, no, it's fine. So yeah, it's fine. I can delete them on that side and add them back in. Because there's this place where we are doing a loop. And these ways would have been only in there once. Actually, that wouldn't have been such a big deal. I'm going to remove them to show some other functionality. You have this here, which is going to help us with routing. It's downloading data now. And then it tells us, oh, you're here. Where do you want to go? Oh, you want to go there. So the one. Okay, so now these 2 ways are added in again. So even if they would have disappeared, it would have been fine. The validator would have complained about the gap, and the new functionality of the routing helper can easily solve such a problem. So let's have a look. Can be closed by adding a single way. Normally, you can simply do this as a fix, but I'm going to. Yeah, sorry. I should have selected it first and then edit the relation. Then I'm at the right spot right away. Now I can zoom to this place. And then what the validator is going to do is usually marked in yellow here. And in this case, it's fine. So we can simply press the fix button. Usually that should be safe, but sometimes it might add a way going against one-way direction. Here we have some route relations where the bus travels against the one-way. Indeed. So these 2 ways should not be in there. Actually, we should start in that direction. Come on. Yeah. So I'm going to add this way, and then I'm going to use the routing assistant. And it proposes to go in that direction. That's not what we want. We want to do number here, selection 2. Apparently here is a way that splits off. That's also not what we want to do. Now we downloaded the data, so now it has that way. I'm going to do 2 again. I'm going to do 2 again. It's rather primitive. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, apparently I selected this way. So now I'm going to do 9 to backtrack. Actually, I wanted this green, so the 1, okay. And then again 1. And then 2. And then 1. And then again 1. The algorithm is not actually trying to get from white to the next way that's marked in gray. It's simply at each intersection, it's asking what do you want to do here. But now it's okay, done. So that one is ready. Let's check what this one is doing. So the stop is on the south. So the direction of travel is like that. So this one needs to go, and let's see what this assistant can do for us. We can simply press 1 then. 1. Yeah. But now it's also checking the rest of the relation. In this case, it's doing a strange check there, but there we can use 2 to keep everything. Okay, so that's done. Here, what do we have here? The bus is serving a stop there. So it's traveling 18, 19, but it's supposedly serving a stop on the right side of the road. That's impossible. So an error crept in here. So this stop 19. This is London, Elephant and Castle, London Road. Oh. Should really be that stop. Where are you? I'm looking for this one. Come on. There. So it's really serving that stop. So that's already a bit clearer, but now it's traveling against one-way traffic flow. Now there is a stop on that side of the road, and these parts you can see by these triangles. Here, this empty triangle on that side means that this road, the bus can travel against the other traffic. But then on this stretch, supposedly not. So that is not really possible. So, cycleway right. PSV opposite lane, so we can add one-way bus no. So now that's okay. So now I'm going to ask for a new validation because I changed something in the data, and this might solve problems in other route relations. There were 5, there are only 4 left, so that's progress. Let's say, what's this? There's another stretch of road where the parts before and after do have opposite bus traffic, opposite lane. So I'm going to add a one-way bus no there. And then again ask for validation. From 3 we got to 2. Here it's effectively an error probably. So what's the direction of travel here? Where are the stops? Anyway, I can remove these and then I can ask the routing assistant to help me there. So I want to do option number 1. And then again, 1. But yeah, this is more fun. Okay, and then this one. So we have 8, 9, and then it has to go here. Now on this one-way street, there are stops on the south. So that is strange. Now we have all these ways selected, so that's convenient. Busway right, opposite lane. So also there we can add a one-way bus no. Okay, so now we're going to upload again. Route relation contains a gap. So that's not one from PT Assistant. Oh, it's a Eurolines. A long one. Where is that gap? I don't see it. Ah, I found it. Yeah. So this is somewhere in Belgium. So here we have right-hand sided traffic. Why are these ways in there twice? Okay. So that's normal. So the bus indeed comes off the highway probably and then needs to get back onto the highway, or rather, this starts in London and still this is stop number 1. London, Amsterdam. This is not fully mapped. Or is it? No, it's not going all the way to Amsterdam. Strange. So we end up here. And what is the next one? That one. So probably if we simply add that one in between. Not quite yet. If I do the edge selection mode and then select, then I get 2. Oh, already used there. And then remove this one and add it in here and then flip. Okay, so now the gap is gone. Okay, so not sure why it's not mapped all the way to Amsterdam though. Where is it? It's only mapped to Ghent. Okay, so we try to upload again. And now we can actually upload, so I'm going to stop the broadcast. Bye.